They say there are no stupid question, but what's the most stupid question you have ever been asked? I work IT, asked a person if her mouse was wired or wireless. She said, how am I supposed to know that? This is your job. I worked retail. A woman who did not have her child with her asked me if I thought a piece of clothing would fit her child. I live in a very popular tourist town. Is there anything to do around here? We've already seen the Walmart. I was at 7-Eleven and bought something for 79 cents. I gave the clerk $1. He screwed something up on the computer and it didn't tell him my change. He looked at it for a bit and then asked me how much change he should give me. Working at a yogurt shop, an adult woman asked me what sugar-free meant. No, a language barrier didn't exist. I answered it means, it's free of sugar. She said, ooh, like changing the word structure unlocked a code. Another time, a lady asked what was good. I said, well, our soft serve peanut butter is our most popular. I don't personally like it, but a lot of people do. Okay, can I have a sample? I pour one and afterward, she says, gross. This is disgusting. How could you let me try this? I thought she was joking, so I laughed. She wasn't joking. Both of these events happened over a decade ago. Sometimes I wonder how far they made it in life. I worked retail and this lady came in with an item that clearly wasn't from our store. We were a fabric store, this was a dog toy, and asked if she could return it. Without a receipt, which we didn't really allow. I said that we didn't sell this item and they asked, are you sure? I said yes, this is a dog toy, and she was like, can you check anyway? I know I got it at this street, I just don't remember which store. I replied with, possibly the pet store that's 2 doors down. She looked at me and was like, oh, I did get it from there, well, can I return it here anyway? I didn't even know how to respond, like I had no idea. I work at a ramen restaurant and we offer 2 types of noodles, thick and thin. Once a customer I was serving asked me what the difference between the 2 were. I didn't even know how to answer without me possibly offending him. I was working at a teller at a bank and someone asked me about our policy for using debit cards internationally. I told her it was an additional 1% fee on every purchase. She wanted to know exactly how much money is that, and it took me a half hour to explain that it would depend on the amount of the purchase. The last year I worked at Dairy Queen, I had a guy come in and ask, do you guys sell ice cream here? I was dumbstruck, wasn't sure if he was messing with me or not. So I kinda looked behind me to make sure the menu full of pictures of ice cream was still there, then turned back and said, yes. Awesome, I've been looking for ice cream all day. Can't imagine why you've been having such a hard time, dude. A girl that was pregnant at the same time asked me that since she took 2 pregnancy tests that came back positive, if she was pregnant with twins. Like what? My kids, 1 boy, 1 girl, 2 years apart, are in their 20s now, but when they were little they were close in size and looked very much alike. I got asked often if they were twins, and when I told people no, a good number of them would ask, are you sure? A few people even asked if they were fraternal or identical. This thread is like Christmas to me. I used to be a supervisor at a McDonald's in a rural Scandinavian town, and I had this person in the staff that was dumb as bricks. And that is sugarcoating it. First encounter that comes to mind is when we worked a shift together. She calls me on the headset from my break with an emergency. I show up to the register just to have her ask me, is there pork in the McChicken? While looking like she asked about the meaning of life. More of a tech Y1, but tech support is abundant with stupid questions. I used to work tech support for cloud-based software. Had someone phone up and immediately after saying hello asked me if I could see her screen. As in, can you see what I'm seeing right now? No. I'm not part of your company. Do you think that as a random stranger I can just connect into anyone's computer and view their screen at any time? Besides, who the hell are you? What do you want? Does half the world have AIDS? What do you mean? Well, you either have it, or you don't, so that's 50:50. A girl in my AP Human Geography class asked the teacher where the little piece of skin that gets poked out of your ear when you get a piercing goes. The teacher then proceeded to stick a thumbtack through a piece of paper to show that the paper just separates like the skin does. Then she asked him where the little piece of paper went. When spelling a password for a customer, got asked if the number 4 was capital. I was in a conversation with a coworker and had told her that for personal reasons I don't celebrate my birthday. She pauses, then asks, "Wait, if you don't celebrate your birthday every year, then how do you know how old you are?" I don't even think I answered. Just stared and walked away. My sister, who is a year older than I am, asking me if she is a veteran while filling out college applications. When I was done explaining to her what a veteran is, I had a good laugh. Now I send her a Veterans Day card every year. I worked in a restaurant with spiral stairs going to an open-air deck. Almost every day someone came in and asked, "Do these stairs go up?" At the city office to get an official copy of birth or death certificates, there is a person at the door to sort people into the correct line. Greeter, what type of certificate you need? Me, death certificate. Greeter, is that person with you? My sister thought she had an epiphany and asked, "Why do they call it gas if it is a liquid?" Once I told it was short for gasoline, she just about completely died inside. I'm white, from the Caribbean. While studying in Canada, I was asked if my skin changed color from black to white because of the winter. That person may have been on drugs. I went to high school with a girl who was a little dim. We were in English and reading Othello, and she asked the teacher, "Is a thespian like a lesbian but in Shakespeare times?" We all laughed because we thought it was a hilarious joke, but she did not. Working at Walmart as a cashier. Lots of stupid questions, but my favorite was in the express 20 items or less aisle. I was working one morning. Guy asked if each egg in the box counted, "'Cause that's like 12 items, right?" I busted out laughing because I thought it was a joke. Long awkward silence when I realized he was serious. Many years ago, walking home from the pub one night with my girlfriend at the time, and there was a power cut, all the street lights went out. She turned to me and asked, "If there's a power cut, how are the car headlights still on?" I used to work for a company where my job was calling customers to schedule delivery of their products. I called a customer and told him my name and why I was calling. 2 to 3 minutes into our conversation, the guy dead-ass stops in the middle of his sentence and asks, "Are you an AI or a real person?" Made my day, LOL.